Jason Bermas here for WeAreChange.org, and it seems like only yesterday President Donald Trump was calling North Korea's leader, Kim Jun Un, Little Rocket Man.
No choice but to totally destroy North Korea. Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself. And we can't have madmen out there shooting rockets all over the place. And by the way, Rocket Man should have been handled a long time ago.
But boy, have times changed. And I think they've changed for the better. A lot of people have been very, very skeptical and doubtful that peace with North Korea was possible at all, yet here we are. And we are going to go far beyond the mainstream media spin of the situation. But first I want to remind everybody we are a truly independent news organization, and the only way we can do it is with your help. So if you can, please go to wearechange.org/donate, make that small donation, and help support independent media that you can trust. Now, to me, it seems extremely dangerous for the media to have the perspective that they do on the North Korea situation. For instance, when Trump was first to meet with Kim Jun Un, the spin was, he's meeting with a brutal dictator. How could he do such a thing?
And when the president sits down with Kim Jong Un, he is going to be face to face with one of the world's most mysterious and brutal dictators.
He's a mass murderer. He's slaughtered hundreds of his senior leaders. He's a dangerous man.
Why would we not talk to both our friends and our enemies to try to make relations better? Now, Kim Jong-un agreed to get rid of his nuclear weapons program if the United States stopped doing military drills right on their border with South Korea, some with planes that could carry nuclear payloads.
We're not going to play the war games. You know, I wanted to stop the war games. I thought they were very provocative, but I also think they're very expensive. We're running the country properly. I think they're very, very expensive to do it. We have to fly planes in from Guam, that's 6.5 hours away, big bombers and everything else. I said, who's paying for this?
Now, of course, the media attacked Trump incessantly for conceding this.
A military concession that the U.S. will halt joint military exercises with South Korea, and that came as a surprise to the South. The president describing those exercises the way North Korea does, as a, quote, provocation.
And that in itself is shocking. These military exercises are not a small matter in this country. There are roughly 30,000 U.S. troops here. Every year, they hold several military exercises with the South Korean military. I have been told by U.S. commanders and South Korean commanders that they are vital.
The thing that worries me is the stopping of the military exercises, because we do those to maintain readiness. We don't have readiness. It's very difficult for us to resist an invasion from North Korea.
And they, of course, said that Kim Jong-un would not make good on his promises, saying again and again and again that he was not going to dismantle his nuclear program.
Well, I'm troubled by the concessions. One, the military exercises. You know, the North Koreans, I've negotiated with them. They always want you to go first. And then they say, well, then we'll step aside. And then they don't do anything. That worries me. But I do think Kim Jong-un, he gave up nothing.
The president of the United States is actually praising the toughness of a hereditary dictator, a man who inherited his dictatorship and runs it tough through murder and torture and starvation and imprisonment of anyone and everyone he feels threatened by. And so nothing was accomplished at the Singapore summit.
Yet there seems to be clearer evidence than ever that indeed he is dismantling that nuclear program. Not to mention the fact that he has stopped the speakers of propaganda in his country.
Now, the research group 38 North says North Korea is breaking down an engine testing stand that is used to develop liquid fuel engines for ballistic missiles.
38 North says the Sohae site has been the nation's main satellite launch base. Since 2012, the site is believed to have played a major role in North Korea's long-range missile program.
Another promise that's been made good on by North Korea is they have now sent the remains of American soldiers who died in the Korean War back here to the United States. And the president, rightfully so, thanked him for keeping his word.
At this moment, a plane is carrying the remains of some great fallen heroes from America back from the Korean War. They're coming back to the United States. And I want to thank Chairman Kim for keeping his word. We have many others coming, but I want to thank Chairman Kim in front of the media for fulfilling a promise that he made to me, and I'm sure that he will continue to fulfill that promise.
It also seems that people very close to the President of the United States, such as John Bolton, have now started to keep their mouths shut about North Korea, as he has promoted war in that region for some time now. And even Mad Dog James Mattis had to say that this was a good thing and it was positive for the North Koreans to do this, even calling it humanitarian.
It sets a positive environment, a positive tone for other things, more important things in terms of international diplomacy, but this humanitarian act obviously is a step in the right direction.
Now, some weeks ago, the media began to speculate that Donald Trump no longer was taking advice from Mattis, so you have to wonder if he's now been reined in to some extent. Once again, folks, I want to reiterate that I am not a full-on supporter of the president. And when he does something bad, both in foreign or domestic policy, I will be the first person to call him out on that. However, peace with North Korea is a good thing by any metric of the imagination. And I hope that things continue to move forward in a peaceful manner. As always, if you like this video, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter @JasonBermas. And remember, folks, be the change you want to see in the world.